welcome to another episode of A Fat Perspective, the podcast we really talk about bodies, body liberation, and how to get empowered for you, yourself, and your body. And with me, I have somebody who's very special. Hi, Tamar.
Hi.
Thanks for coming. Can you please tell everybody what work you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
So personal trainer, physical therapist assistant, human body movement specialist. There's a lot of titles I can come up with, but essentially personal trainer, strength conditioning coach. So everything gym and body related.
And you're very talented as a physical therapist person thingy, I would say. Because I've gone to you for soft tissue work, and it has definitely eased a lot of pain in my body.
Yeah. I can hear muscles.
You can hear muscles? Wait, what does that mean? Hold on. Before I get into anything, that sounds so weird. And tell me, what does that mean?
So the physical therapy assistant part, where like I help with recovery pain, where someone comes injured and I do an assessment and I try to figure it out, like trying to assess it quickly and trying to help you with your pain. So I feel like I'm trying to connect with your muscle is essentially what I'm trying to say.
Oh, so you're like a muscle whisperer.
Yeah, I try to be.
That's really fascinating.
I pretend to be, and I guess it works.
Oh, it does, because you're very effective, at least for me. And I wonder, like, how does that viewpoint help you relate to a human body? Because I have a theory that because you look at a human body this way, it must be different from how I experience a body.
So a human body, to me, most of the times is just anatomy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm working, for example, like the glutes, the butt.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like hip bone left, body side on the left, body side on the right. And the butt cheeks that come, I just see muscles and anatomy. Like I don't see the butt. Like it's just anatomy to me. In every single way. From like head to toe, I just see anatomy. So the body image is very different.
So yeah. So it sounds like you have a viewpoint that not many of us have, which is because what we see, when I look at you, I don't see, oh, look at muscle. Or I'm like, oh, look at that's an arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I see the arm, the deltoid is like a really weird, like, oh, the attachment point is right here. Like, it's like a weird.
No, it's not weird. It's a totally uncommon way to relate to a human body, yet it is so functional.
Yeah. Very functional.
How could relating to a human body that way help us in our relationship? I wonder. What do you
with the body? I think seeing it that way, kind of like internally, like if you rip out the skin, the muscles, like it's just bones, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and then that's it. It's very simple. Like the human body is very simple. You have the same skeletal bones as I do. Women have wider hips or wider for like birth giving than men. So there's like a few things you can recognize from like a female and a male standpoint, but generally it's just skeletons and muscles and like skin and organs, and that's all it is.
So
then you have this layer over you, and we try to decorate it as much as we can.
Yes, we do. I love the way you said it, decorate it.
Yeah, we try to decorate it with our skin.
Yeah,
make it darker, make it lighter, put some makeup on, grow some hair on it. I don't know.
Well, we try to manipulate the outside to fit into our world, but
internally, it's the same.
Yeah, that is such a great way to look at it. I don't know if you know this, and I'm in clinical psychology classes, and
no, I didn't know.
Okay, now you know. Yes. And one of the things our classes talk about is like racism as a construct and all these different things, and then they were saying like the concept of race is not biology.
No.
Which, what you're saying supports that.
Is biology, yeah.
It's like the outside is what we assign all these meanings onto it, but underneath, no. That's so liberating.
That's why biologically you can, like I said, like the bones, there's a few things you can recognize from a male-female standpoint, but you can't tell what race, color, what type of makeup they're wearing, even if they were fat, skinny, fit. It's just like the bone. So it's that's how I view it because of my job. That's kind of how I see things.
That simplifies it.
Yeah.
And then it's like all the other extra things we add on to it just complicates everything
so much.
Clearly.
I do too.
Yeah. And the other thing the other place that you work at, which I think is so fascinating, not fascinating, but And it's uncommon as you work at a gym that's only for women.
Yeah. It's called Keen Fitness, all women gym.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like a strength training HIIT exercise. And there's different things for different day, but it's like strength portion, crazy workouts, and then half kickboxing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No one's trying to get into boxing. No one's trying to become a fighter. It's purely for stress relieving.
Okay.
Let me just feel good about hitting something.
Okay.
So.
And one of the reasons why I really wanted to speak to you is because, like, when I went to your gym and observed it, the space felt very empowering.
So the owner is my cousin, and I watched her grow this space where I think it surprises her to this day of what it's become.
Yeah. I have this experience of gyms not always being very friendly to all body types. And I also have an experience of going to gyms and hearing talk that is very hard to listen to about bodies. Like someone will sit there and complain about how fat they are or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's really hard to listen to. Okay. So I'm curious, like at Keen, what is the atmosphere like now around body image and how people relate to their bodies? Not so much how they work out, because that's a very personal thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So honestly,
yes, please lie.
Honestly, I think this is a surprising factor that people find. Like the person that has been there for years, you would think, right? You would think that they don't have a body image issue, right? Like visually, they look fit.
Oh, you mean someone who's been there for years and looks fit? Because I don't always equate that. Because someone could work out for years and still be fine and not look fit.
100%. Yeah. But they have, let's say, they have gotten to their goal of like 20% body fat, let's say.
Okay.
And whatever case, that is a very big deal to them, and they look a certain way. And from my experience, even someone that like is visually pleasing to others, and like now this person becomes a goal for other people, like this body image, I can tell you that most of the time, this person usually, I'm not going to say everyone, just usually it's a normal thing where they have a body dysmorphia issue. That's not how they see themselves.
Huh.
So it's this fight of like, it's this fight of like, do you come to work out because you love your body? Or do you come to work out because you hate your body?
Ooh.
And that's when it becomes a slippery slope, even if you just started. It doesn't matter what size or shape you are. Doesn't matter your sex. Doesn't matter your gender. Does not matter if you've been there for 8 years or 1 year. Does not matter. That's the bridge between the exercise and body image.
That's such a good question.
Yeah.
Do you work out because you love your body, or do you work out because you hate your body?
Yeah. Is it out of love, or is it out of fear?
I want to backtrack, because not everyone listening knows what body dysmorphia is.
Okay.
Shall we describe it? What is body dysmorphia?
The way I would describe it is dysmorphia is, I guess, abnormal. So something you see in yourself that is not normal or abnormal, but like that's created in your mind.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be the size. It could be like, I hate my nose. Like, or I hate my thumb. I don't know.
And it's not something I want to caution people listening. It's not like, please don't self-diagnose, because go to a mental health professional. Body dysmorphia is actually a diagnosable disorder, a mental disorder.
Yeah.
And there are tests that people can take that they could see, like they track someone's eye movement on how they read their face, and they can tell by that whether or not you have body dysmorphia. Yeah. So it's not just like, oh, I think I'm this way. Maybe I do, but no matter what, if you're listening and you have this concern, please reach out to your healthcare professional.
Yeah. It's so mental. And it's a problem. It's a problem with a lot of people at the gym. It's a problem with coaches.
Yeah.
It does not mean just because you're a coach or like you're in the fitness world, and like it does not mean that you don't have and you don't struggle with your body image. If anything, again, I'm being real.
Yeah.
I feel like because I'm in this field, I have to constantly look a certain way to fit in or to be accepted as a coach. And I know some people don't like to talk about it, or some people don't like to accept it, but it is what it is, and some people feel that way. Yeah.
Because we have an understanding, or not understanding, we have a assumption that somebody who works out and is knowledgeable about the body looks like this.
Yes.
And then that means we're collapsing the idea of like a fit person must look like this. And if you don't look like this, you're not fit.
Exactly.
And if you're not fit, you're not qualified to tell me how to move my body.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a belief that's not true.
No, it's not. And I have high hopes. I feel like it's going to change in like 20 years. I feel like it's changing slowly.
Well, it's changing,
but slow.
Well, we need to talk about things like this in order for it to change. Yeah. So I want to get back to the whole idea of like working out because you love your body versus hate your body. Well, no, because it's fascinating. Yeah. It's a really interesting binary to think about.
Yeah.
So how would I know that I'm working out because I hate my body or because I'm working out because I love my body? How would I know?
I guess I would ask questions about your goals. So if you have someone coming in saying like, I want to lose or gain 10 pounds, my question is why? Are you unhappy because you haven't gained 10 pounds or lost 10 pounds? And if obviously they're not happy. So, okay, let's say you lost 10 pounds or you gained your 10 pounds. Are you going to be happy now? Because from my experience, it never happens. You're always going to want more. You're going to want to lose more. You're going to want something else. A new image pops up on social media and you want to do this cool move. Like it's never ending. So learning how to work out because you love it, because it makes you feel a certain way, I would say focusing on that will hopefully get you the like being comfortable in your skin attitude.
Because what you said is so true. Like the beauty culture, like the finish, you're never going to get there.
No. You're always going to want more. Always.
Well, also, if a Kardashian is unhappy with their body, you know we're all screwed.
Yeah.
No, because they have everything. They have everything. They have every single resource possible to make themselves a whatever the ideal.
Surgeries, right?
They have everything. And they're not happy because they're in that conversation, like you said, where I have to look a certain way in order to.
Yeah. How you see yourself all comes from here. So then backtrack all the way here. And then how you think about yourself, that comes from, how we grew up. You can go down that hole. Like research says friends and family make the biggest influence on you. And then now what we have, the issue is social media. So I would say social media and your environment is like number one of how it plays out in here. So if you can try to control that, then you'll start seeing changes.
Well, we could definitely control our social media. That's for sure. Now,
for sure. Family, friends, I don't know.
A little bit harder because it also takes courage to tell somebody to back off. Like, don't talk about this. Like, my mother was the reason why I like used to hate my body. Okay. She's like, you're so fat. You're this. You're that. You're never gonna date. You're blah, 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 blah. I would imagine it'd be very hard for me to tell her, hey, mom, I don't want to talk about my body. Yeah.
That I can culturally, same thing. Like it would be. I don't even know if culturally it would be understood. They'd be like, what do you mean you don't want to talk about it? Like, in my culture, like they don't see it as a bad thing if they come up to you and they're like, you've gained weight, or why are you so skinny, or why do you look a certain way? And it's so culturally accepted. Like they really don't think they're doing anything wrong.
Just so people know, what is your culture?
I am Armenian.
Okay, you're Armenian. Because we don't want to assume, right?
No, we're Armenian and we're very blunt, and it comes off really bad sometimes. Yeah. So we're finding this balance of like, we had that growing up and then we're trying to change that with the newer generation, trying to make it where like, you don't just go up to someone and just talk about their body.
Yeah, you don't.
You just don't. If they open up the conversation, you can listen in, but like you don't, it doesn't matter if that's your aunt, your cousin, doesn't give you like a pass for that. So we're trying to slowly change that culture. So it'll be a little bit healthier. And hopefully, the next generation will hate their body less. And that's a question. Like, will that work? Will that not? Like,
I think so. Yeah. I think by having conversations like this, it shifts the conversation globally because it all starts with us. How we talk and relate with ourselves ripples out. So if we still secretly hate ourselves, then the people we interact with, they're going to pick that up and we're going to perpetuate that. It just takes us having the audacity and the agency to be like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. Yeah. Like, I love you and I'm not going to talk about my body. Yeah. And that's not easy.
No, not easy.
Easier on social media though.
Yes.
So then, because you said, if I work out because I love my body, like how do we shift into that?
It's hard.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen it happen.
I've seen it. I feel like I go through it. So it's this constant battle with myself of checking in, like, am I working out right now because I want to, like, for my soul and my mind? Usually it is, because I have this like pattern now, but sometimes I go through the stage of like, I hate my body and I hate how I look, so that's why I go work out. And I feel like that's where you create bad habits mentally, just how you treat yourself. So how to stop that pattern is very difficult. How do you work out to love yourself?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think what you said earlier about goals is a good place to start. I don't think I ever told you my fitness goals, have I?
No. No. What are your
My fitness goals are to be able to independently use the toilet without assistance at age 80.
All right.
That's my fitness goal.
That is an amazing goal. You can do it.
Right? Because that's why I'm like, whatever I do now,
yes,
should I live that long?
Yeah.
It's going to help me. So like that's why I do squats and that's why I go to CrossFit, because I'm like, whatever I do now will help me climb stairs.
Yes.
So I think about it as like my body not getting in the way of me wanting to do something. Yes. So if I want to hike, I'd like to have the option, please and thank you.
Yes.
And not be unable to, if that's what I choose. So that's my fitness goal. And I want to be strong and be able to like carry groceries and like pick my dog up off the floor who's 40 pounds, you know.
I love it. I love that goal. And I think you kind of answered it of like, how do you exercise to love yourself? And maybe shifting the goals a little bit might help out. So the goal is not, I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. So that is a goal for like just mentally not helping you to love yourself. So I think I like your goals. So switching the goals,
it's just one goal.
I think changes the perspective on things.
Well, the other thank you. The other really real thing that I've experienced in my body is working out does not cause me to lose weight. Point blank. Period.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for bringing that up.
Period. Working out does not get you to lose weight. It doesn't.
If anything, it helps you with anxiety and self-esteem. It gives you confidence.
Yes.
There's research on it helping you with depression.
Yes.
It helps you with giving you more energy, helps you with focus. Your mind and your soul and your heart and your organs. Like there's no losing weight in there. It's everything but losing weight. So that's why like it's a big red flag for me when someone walks in and it's their first week, let's say, and I welcome them and I show them around and I ask them like, what is your goal? And like they'll just say, I want to lose weight. I have a wedding in 6 months. And it's like, that to me is a red flag. Because you can essentially get your body image or whatever you want to look like on your wedding day without working out. You can. It could be nutrition.
I mean, and even so, like weight loss is it's so many factors goes into it. It's just so many things. Like it's not always as simple.
No, it's not simple. You have to look at
so many things.
Someone could be taking a certain type of medication. There's so much to the body that you don't even know about when you look at someone.
Yeah, I like what you said about working out being also for your organs.
Yes.
It's just, isn't it? It's just such a cozy feeling. It's like for your whole system.
It's your system. Organs, heart, brain, your joints, your body, the way it's made. I see it biologically, right? Right. I visually see the blood movement. Yeah. It's made for that. It's for blood circulation. Like that's just how I see exercise. That's how I see movement.
And you grow muscles.
Yeah, and like that's it. Yes.
Yeah, you grow muscles. If you use them.
Yeah, and exactly.
Right.
So to me, it's like there's a lot of research on strength training and how it helps you with the joints and the organs and the heart and stuff. But usually, if that intimidates you, go for a walk. Like just move. Your body is made to move.
Yeah.
So if you go walking for 30 minutes a day, that is also helping you with your confidence, your anxiety, your stress. Like there's so much to it.
It actually does, because I actually, for people who don't know, I have a husky who's actually lying underneath us right now. She's napping, but like I take her on a walk several times a day because of my anxiety.
and it helps you.
It helps because I'm just like, I'm moving. I'm okay. If I walk, I'm less anxious.
Yeah.
I'm outside. I have the sun and I feel the blood pumping and like my anxiety goes down. And that's why her and I do about 10,000 steps a day because I'm anxious.
Yeah. It helps.
It helps.
And then out of nowhere, you come back from your walk and you're like, oh, I kind of, feel lighter. And mentally, you just feel lighter.
Yeah.
Like there's no heavy burden that's sitting like.
Or sometimes I feel this, and maybe you can tell me if this is real or not. Sometimes like I feel like my blood's not moving. Mm-hmm. And then like today I did like a pretty intense like cardio boxing session and I feel clear. Yeah. Like I feel like the energies have shifted. Is that anatomically correct or am I just dreaming?
No, there are hormones shifting. When you're moving and your heart rate goes up, blood circulation happens and your whole system fires and gives you, the serotonin and all the good stuff. Your body likes it when you move. So it gives you all these good hormones. It gives you that good feeling. That way it gives you energy. So you have better focus. So there's so much to it other than
weight loss.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's the gym industry that kind of messed that up. It's like, lose weight. Here's your thing.
They want to make money, right?
Yeah. With that, how do you feel, honestly, about these challenges that gyms do? Like, like sometimes certain gyms and the 30-day weight loss challenge or 30-day plus nutrition. I'll share my opinion first. I hate that. Yeah. I hate it so much. Like, I get the idea of like exciting and let's build a habit, but like,
it's not building.
I just don't like the idea of gyms being involved in someone's nutrition.
No, if you're not a professional about it, then.
And a lot of gym people aren't.
No.
Because there's a difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian.
Yes.
The license for a dietitian is, I think, really hard to get. It's like really regulated. And I don't think gyms have dietitians run these nutrition programs.
No, they don't. So the real ones are not at the gyms.
The real ones are not at the gyms, right? So
you have like the nutrition coaches also.
They're not dietitians.
No, they're not.
They're not dietitians. No. Like for people who don't know, there is a big, we gotta like, when we approach, and this is my thing, and I'm willing to be wrong. I'm really willing to be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I really am. Yeah. I think we have to be really careful when we approach professionals because of like how much training, what training they have. We really have to know, because if someone's a nutritional coach, what is that? Yeah. Because the licensure in California, we're based out of California, it's registered dietitian, not nutritionist. So we gotta like, and we don't know like these different terminologies and who's a real professional, who's not, like as a regular average consumer. So
know who you're talking to and their background and their information and how they can help you. So it's a big important factor.
So going back to my original question, what are your honest thoughts about gyms doing like these like nutrition challenges or like what
the big one is like lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, or there's a lot of 6-weeker ones or 30-day ones. There's also the competitions with other people. And then there's the ones where like you either get all your money back, or there are the ones where you win something. So there's an incentive. But ideally, the gyms know this is all for I don't want to say all for business, but it has become that way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because all these gyms are trying to make money. Yes. So what do people want? They're trying to put that in their faces of like, hey, don't you want to lose 10 pounds? Don't you want to lose 20 pounds? We can help you, pay us $800. This is the big one I've heard, a common one, give us $700. If you lose all this weight, we'll give it back to you.
Okay.
And it's hard to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. It's not like that's really hard. So it's they know that, and this is what bothers me. Like they know that to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, like your body is just went through a traumatic state. And it's going to come back. Like once you get out of the 6 week, it's going to come back. So gym owners know that, and it's their way of trying to, one, get them to come to their gym after the 6 weeks, and two, for them to make really quick money, because most likely they're not going to meet the goal, and they're going to keep the 700. So that's a big one. There are other goals, but I'm not a fan of it for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
And because people go into this crash diet, and again, it's a traumatic body.
Yeah, I want to hear more about the trauma your body sustains from like rapid weight loss, because everyone always goes, "Yeah, it's such a good thing."
No.
Clap, clap, clap. Like, what's the problem with that, right?
So,
like, because we always think it's a great thing.
No, so your body needs fat, protein, carbs every day. So when people go into this crash diet 6 weeks, the number one thing they want to take out is carbs. No carb diet. No carb diet. Carb is an amazing thing. So if you talk to, I'm not a professional.
Yeah, no, we know.
But
We know
if
your
you
licensure
Yeah.
is not in nutrition.
I know the basics. So
Yeah.
like the basics is you need carbs. Carbs is energy. For basic, it's
Yeah.
glucose, it's energy. It gives you energy.
Yeah.
So we need carb to do things. So
Yes.
when you're feeling weak or tired, your energy's probably down. So like your sugar's probably down. So carbs gets broken down into sugar and fiber. Those are
Yeah.
the big things. But then you're trying to see like how much sugar do you need a day versus how much fiber you need
Yeah.
a day. So if you're removing carbs, you're removing fiber.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very much necessary in your life. But people go into this no carb diet and then they're feeling weak
Mm-hmm.
and tired, and
Mhm.
it's not realistic. So one of the big questions I ask them is whatever diet.
Yeah.
I'm going to define diet really quick. Diet means the way you eat. That's all.
You're not talking diet culture.
No.
Because
Because
there's
diet culture.
Yeah.
It's just what you're eating.
It's just like how
That's
I
it.
call fat like just
Yeah.
it's
That's
neutral.
It. Yeah.
This,
So when I say like, what's your diet like? I just mean,
what do you eat?
what are you eating? So I have to always, I'm trying really hard to change that at the gym.
Yeah.
Because I want to use that word. It's a good word. But I want to
Yeah.
make sure they know I'm saying just what are you eating? What is
Yeah.
your style? What's your habit? So usually when they do this crash course diet, or they want to, my question is, and this is how you know if it's a good diet or a bad diet.
Well, I don't have to use good
Is
and bad. It's like helpful or not
helpful, yeah, to
Or-
you, to yourself.
Yeah.
Because what's good for you is not good for me. What's good for me.
Yep.
So usually I ask the question is, if you can do that for the rest of your life, then that's a good diet for you.
Can we get high five? High
Yeah.
five. Because like I
So-
just got off a call
Yeah.
today with a like a registered dietitian. And like my nutritional goals,
Yeah.
I'll be frank with everybody here. My nutritional goals is like whatever lifestyle I live now, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you're
I'm-
okay the
I'm
rest
not-
of your life.
Yeah. Like so whatever I'm really trying to build long lasting habits that I can maintain for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's hard because
course.
we have to delay gratification.
Yeah.
You're not going to see the quote results. And I'm doing air quotes because it's like, you can't, it's slow.
Results maybe physically might be slow, but mentally you're getting the results.
And
It's
also,
changing, right?
maybe not even that. It's like, maybe not when we say physical results, we're going to
Yeah.
say results like weight loss. Let's just be real here.
Yeah.
Let's weight loss. But like, there are other physical results that we don't get to see
Yeah.
that could happen when we're making long-term changes.
Yes.
Right? Like our blood work might
Yes.
get better. Our organs are
100%.
happier. Like,
100%.
yeah. So that my nutritional thing is I want to do now what I can do 30 years from now.
And that's how people should go into nutrition, or trying to figure out what food type or what food they want to eat works for them. Because what I'm eating now is very different from my 20s.
Well, yeah, because we changed.
Yeah. And I'm allergic to some things,
We
and like
changed.
I can't process some things anymore, and like I can't wait for.
Oh my God, that's the other thing, right? We've built this industry that makes everybody think that bodies kind of freeze in time at 25.
No, it changes.
But don't you think?
My allergy started at 26. Out of nowhere, I was allergic to shellfish.
Okay, but you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, because people are like, oh yeah, like our bodies shouldn't change.
Oh no. It should change. Actually, it should be constantly changing. Age is the number, but the body is more capable than you think. Even over 65, you can change a lot. People are just scared. So I can use my mom as an example. So my mom's 75. If you just visually look at her, she's on the heavier set, or she looks like she's on the heavier set. But when you look at her blood results, like objectively, she is healthier than I am. So when you automatically think of a 75-year-old, people usually straight ask my mom, what medications are you taking? But she doesn't take any medications. So her blood's good. blood sugar is good, cholesterol is good. She does not have high blood pressure. People are so quick to judge, especially the older generation. And she started to come to the gym with me, and she feels more active, and she moves around a lot better. She went to Jerusalem with me. There's a lot of walking. The steps are like this high.
And she did it?
Yeah, and she did it with ease, and she was keeping up. So the body is more capable than people think, and it is even changing when you're 75.
So what I hear you say is you're never in homeostasis.
No,
your body
you can continue.
It changes.
Yes.
It becomes more mobile, less mobile. It just keeps changing depending on what we do.
Your body is adapting constantly to your environment. So if you change it to, let's say, you were active just walking or swimming, but now you want to get into weightlifting, but you're 80 and you're scared, it's still going to work. You just have to go at it slowly, and your body can do it. You have to give it credit. Like it's more powerful than we think.
I love how you're smiling.
Yeah.
For people who are listening, you're like, your face is lighting up when you're talking about how amazing bodies are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I also coach a seniors fitness class.
Oh wow. Okay.
We call it Keen Plus, and they're 55 and older. And
I'm sorry, 55 and older is a senior. I don't like this.
I know. I did it 65 first, and then there was like a 60-year-old or like, well, I want to come too. And I'm like, okay. I couldn't say no to her, so I just made it 55, but I'm strict on that 55.
Yeah.
But we just went through a series of like how to get up from the floor. And weeks ago, there was a few where fear, like they were scared to get on the floor. One of them has fallen before, so it's just, and they couldn't get up. So it's like this fear behind it. And then we did it, and I recorded all of them, so I have it on tape. But your body changes.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. To, just like you said, one of your goals is to use the bathroom,
And it's just like, I think my advice, if people want my advice, is like, how much of your goals are coming from shoulds and from what people tell you should look like, or the media portraying social media, and like how much of it is from like our beauty culture and our diet culture. And it's okay. However long you've been alive is however long you've been exposed to that stuff. And this stuff doesn't change overnight. You're like being bombarded left, right, and center
constantly
with how your body should look and how you should feel. So it's okay to be like, well, Jen, I don't disagree with you. I want to lose weight. Okay, yeah. That's all right if you're there.
Yeah.
But
I feel like the mainstream and family friends have like this one way of doing things.
Yes.
And it's not how it works in reality.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fast runner at some point. Yes, I was a fast runner at some point in my life. And now I can barely run.
Because your body changed?
No, I don't know what happened. So it's just now.
Well, your body changed.
Probably. I'm probably in denial of it.
Your body changed. Come on now.
Yeah, and like for me, sometimes it was triggering where like I see all these people doing it, and I'm like, well, why can't I do it? Mm-hmm. So it's like, no matter how much I train, it just doesn't work. So then like you're hard on yourself, and then it's like,
but like
just you look at your body in a certain way or like in a specific way after that, and then you're like, oh well, do I have the runner type of body? And then you go through all these mental things.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, what is a runner's type? So it's just like, so coaches have it too.
So it sounds like there is a definite need for all of us, to get familiar with the changes that occur in our bodies, and not to make it like, oh no, I'm worse off now, or oh no.
It should be a learning way where like, okay, I learned something about myself, and then just having more grace.
I mean, sometimes you can't make it better.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Like you can't. I mean, in terms of better, like you're not.
It's relative.
Yeah, it's relative. It's like it's just like accepting change is natural. Like the natural part of being in a body. Yeah,
you accept it, and this is like your new identity for now, and then it might change again. Mm-hmm. Like we just have to be okay with all these changes
because we're organic creatures.
Yes, in biology, it changes all the time.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So I'm very curious about like. You talked a lot about like coaches go through it too. You're like body dysmorphia sometimes and not being happy with yourself sometimes. And like, I'm curious, like, because all of us grew up in beauty culture. I feel like all of us, I'm just assuming, like, hated ourselves at one point in our body. Did you hate yourself in your body at some point?
Yeah.
So I would love to know what caused you to start shifting.
So, there's a few things that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Sports helped me.
Oh, okay.
Because there are certain sports, I played a lot of sports, where certain sports where like you had to wear, for example, like short shorts, or I used to not like to show my arms. So maybe t-shirts here. I don't know why it was a thing with me. It's just like was in my head of like, I don't have this certain body, so I can't wear short shorts, or I can't wear like a tank top, or I can't work out in my sports bra. So one thing I did, and I started slow, is at my house, I would wear shorts.
Oh.
Or I would take my shirt off. So I would be walking with shorts and a sports bra. And like I would get comfortable in my skin in my environment where I feel safe at. So home being one of them.
Yeah.
And then allowing people in for them to see me that way. And then I realized no one cared.
Even your loud, blunt Armenian family didn't care?
No.
Okay.
They didn't care. So what I would do is like I would look at the workout, and if there was running or if there was jumping, I wouldn't wear short shorts. I wouldn't wear my like workout shorts. I would wear long pants.
Yeah.
And then I would slowly get into it. So then now I'm at a point where like I'm totally fine with running with shorts. But starting slow helped me. And then I think I started seeing a shift with other people, because then other people also had the same problem as I did. Surprise, right?
What? Hating my body? Never.
My body? I don't want to wear shorts.
Not universal. Are you kidding me?
No. My legs jiggle when I run. Like, yes, that's actually supposed to happen.
You're supposed to have. Yeah.
So I think it motivated other people.
Yeah.
And that made me happy. And then it made me like, oh, I should do this more, because it's inspiring other people. And then I realized that I'm a coach and people look at me.
Yeah.
And if I'm not comfortable in my skin, then how do I expect them to be comfortable in their skin?
Yeah.
And I know there's a fine line with that, but like I started to not put this pressure on me so much. I have my days, but not put this pressure on me. But this year especially, I'm learning how to love myself for me and like just whatever comes with it. My arms or whatever the case is. It is what it is, and this is how I am, and I love my body. I'm at that point now. I'm trying to learn. It is strong on most days, and some days I'm tired.
Yeah, 'cause you're human.
And the beauty of that is that I'm okay with it.
Right.
So you have good days and you have bad days, and your body has good days and you have bad days, and I'm okay with that. So I'm trying to show that more, and I'm trying to talk about that more.
Yeah.
When I do, other people talk about it, and then that makes me feel better. It makes me not feel alone.
Well, so it's a conversation, sharing.
Yes.
And then I like what you said about like doing the work yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's true, like even in like psychology class, like the best therapists are the ones who are like confronting their bias, looking at how they relate. So then they like this work is never ending.
No, it's not. And like I said, I have my days,
right? So
you're trying to create new neural pathways to a better, healthier way about yourself. You're stuck with yourself 24/7. So be kind to yourself.
You're stuck with yourself as long as you're here on planet Earth. So.
You are stuck with yourself, whether you like it or not.
So let's like it.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Well, Tamar, thank you so much for taking time to be with us.
Me.
I really appreciate like the work that you do for bodies and with bodies.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.